Welcome to a brand new episode of The Untold. Today, we have a very special rendition of The Untold because it's a musical kind of episode.
I love our musical episodes, Abdullah. Today we have Khizar Khalil, who is a Pakistani musician who blends cultural music to create his own voice, and he's still ongoing with his performances, but I think that he's coming up with some really beautiful melodies.
Yeah, honestly, as someone who's trying to learn the guitar, anytime we have someone who plays the guitar, I'm really excited to get into the episode to see their, playing style, to see their hands, to see their movements and how they approach the instrument. And today's episode is no exception, right? I feel so curious, so interested to sit with him, and most importantly, to watch him play.
Same. I'm excited that he brought his guitar with him. And audience, you're also going to enjoy a very special performance, hopefully, if he agrees. And with that, I think that we should just dive right in.
Yeah, because honestly, he's just right there. So we are going to take a break so he can sit right here. We'll have this episode continue on. And we are back on a special edition of The Untold with a musical guest. So first, Khizar Khalil, welcome to The Untold.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Welcome. It is a pleasure to have you. And I want to ask you, what first started your career into music? What drew you to music in the first place?
As far as I remember, since childhood, I've been performing for my assemblies like nursery rhymes. That was my first memory of me performing, and for my family in gatherings. So that's where I began. And musical instruments came in a little later, but this was my first memory.
So first you got into it, naturally by, singing as a child, and then you actually got into musical instruments.
Yeah.
So at what point, and you can tell us the age that you actually took an instrument, guitar or whatever, and you tried to play it?
Surprisingly, we were in Gulf Mart with my family, and my father came and showed me a guitar.
Oh.
That, do you want to buy this? Because he knew I was looking, and he brought me that, and I was like, sure. That was my first guitar. So having a supportive family is what got me into this.
That's amazing. And I think it's beautiful that your family supports you as well.
Yeah.
Music isn't an easy career to get into.
Yeah.
So what caused you to go from it just sort of being a passion or a hobby to your actual career?
I was so much into drawing because my father is an artist.
Amazing.
And then when I got into music, drawing took a back seat. And then we had to choose what to study. And I saw my friends all are going into engineering or medical. So I applied into engineering. And I'm an electrical engineer.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. But at the back of my mind, always it was like I want to do music. But there was no set path to that career. So I just joined music societies in my university. And my getaway from engineering was music. So from there, performing, I got into doing my own originals. And still I'm finding my path.
And mashallah, when you got into the guitar, was there a style or something that you wanted to learn, or were you just influenced by it?
I would tell you a very shocking story. The person who taught me how to play guitar, who put me on the path to guitar, she still doesn't know how to play it.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
how
does that work?
Yeah, so when I bought that guitar, I came and there was my neighbor who had a guitar already, and she was taking music lessons in Salmiya. So she told me how to tune the guitar, and she told me how to search for the notes on the internet.
Oh.
That's all she told me. And from there, I was curious. I explored the internet and self-learned.
Mashallah.
Yeah, so that's how I began with the guitar thing.
That's amazing. And that's one of the beautiful things about the world today is that you can learn yourself by all the stuff online.
Yeah. It was harder back then because there was no YouTube.
Oh, true.
It was just the websites and the notes. So now it's even more easier with the video content. So anyone who wants to learn can.
Yeah, there's so much access now, but you're right, before it wasn't as easy. So you had to really, really search for it and make it something that you want to do. What does your neighbor say now that she didn't learn guitar, but now look at you as a famous singer?
No, like they're all very supportive, and it's like everyone has their priorities, and it's always everyone wants to learn an instrument, but only a few can commit to that, I would say.
I agree. I'm guilty of that.
Yeah. You know, it's always a dream of people to be able to play an instrument, but once they get into it, they realize, oh, this is really hard. But I do want to ask you about your role as a singer and as a musician. Has there been any artists or bands that influenced or, you know, your taste in music?
Yeah, mainly I grew up listening to Bollywood music and Pakistani bands. Bollywood music, even before I could speak, like my father would play Bollywood music in the car, so subconsciously we are inclined towards that. And when I picked up guitar, it was because of a Pakistani band called Jal.
MashaAllah.
And the first song I learnt was Aadat by Atif Aslam. And my routine was when I came back from school, usually people would watch movies or play or anything like that. I would just be in front of the music channel listening to the bands and try to learn their songs.
I do love how you mentioned Bollywood movies because a dream of mine is to actually learn the sartar, which is which is kind of the guitar equivalent in India.
And a funny thing for the Bollywood thing, I was so little that I used to think that the actor is singing the song, not the singer.
It's always Lata Mangeshkar.
Yeah. Or I would be like, Shah Rukh Khan sings so well.
I actually didn't know they weren't the ones singing either, so.
No, it was the playback singers,
So since this affected your view of music and your style, how else would you see music? Do you see it as a way to express yourself?
Yeah, music and arts both, they help me so much in socializing because I'm like an introvert, but I love to meet new people. And music and arts, I even do like portraits and digital arts. So they help me socialize more through my music and my portraits. It's like a bridge between me and the people. So
yeah. And speaking of, you know, having a bridge between you and people, music and singing is also a bridge to other people. And I know you mentioned that you are self-taught, but how did you develop your guitar, you know, technique further?
yeah, so every musician I meet and jam with or I listen to, I take something from them. Like some of my friends, they are great performers. If I love one element in their performance, I would steal that. They always say that steal like an artist. So you take that thing and do it your own way. So that's my, like I would listen to different guitarists, take those elements, some performances, they are interacting with the crowd, take that thing. And with every performance, I think I'm getting better at that.
That's amazing. You mentioned being an introvert, so do you see yourself as quite a shy person?
I think I can be. I'm shy around extrovert people and I'm extrovert around shy people.
I understand that personally, I'm the same. So would you say that singing helps you to come out of your shell?
Oh yes, I'm a completely different person on stage. And it's not me saying that, it's one of my teachers. He never knew I played guitar, and one time we performed for him in his class. And then he was like, when you're in the class, you are like caged and very silent. And when I saw you performing or you were dancing that day, you were a
whole different person.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So do you remember the first time you actually got it in front of people, in front of the audience?
Yeah, as I told, apart from the school assembly, everyone loved the rhymes I sang. Then there was an open mic in Pakistan. I went there just with my guitar and the funny thing, the ad said they need a band.
Oh,
And I just went with my guitar and they're like, where's the band? I was like, my band is in Kuwait. So, and the performance was not good at all
Oh
because
no.
because everyone there was with a band and they were playing rock music. And
Okay.
I turned up with a guitar with a sad pop song. So yeah, it didn't start very well. Everyone in my school used to tell me to stop singing.
oh.
Really? So what did you do to overcome these haters, I guess you could say?
I think now when I listen to those recordings, I say they were right. But now, Alhamdulillah, when they listen, they are like, one more song, please.
You know, speaking of one more song, we are going to put you on the spot and we're going to be asking you to perform for us.
Okay. Shall we begin with originals or shall I do something for you guys first?
Anything you're
It's
comfortable
up to
with.
you.
Yeah.
You can let us know.
कोई गम नहीं, 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 कोई गम नहीं. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you
was
so much.
Just the chorus,
Really?
and I would like to highlight that I wrote it for like following your dreams, and it says that go after your dreams, even if you don't succeed, there will be no regrets.
That's a really beautiful message. Thank you so much for sharing that with us and the meaning behind it. We're going to go on a short break and hopefully we can dive more into your musical career.
Surely.
That was really beautiful. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so much.
And with that, we're going on a short break.
And we're back from that beautiful session with Khizar Khalil. Thank you. And I know we were talking off camera on the break about the meaning of this, piece that you was kind enough to play for us. So I do want to, ask you to share with us again the meaning behind it.
Yeah, I wrote it for like it was going in my mind that I'm not following my dreams, as I told you, engineering. Then after engineering, I did masters in multimedia arts, and still I was like, I'm not doing music. So I wrote this that for myself, that you should go after what you want and not listen to what people are saying. And if you go after your dreams, even if you don't reach the sky, you will have no regrets in the end.
That's a really beautiful message. And I think that's something a lot of people can resonate with. And something as well is that even though I didn't understand the words that you were saying, I could feel the emotions. And I really want to thank you for that, because I think that's something a lot of people love about music. It's that it doesn't need a language in order to be felt or understood.
Thank you for mentioning that, because I realized whenever I sing this for my Arab friends, they don't get the language, but they will be humming along with me and they will be singing with me. So I think music doesn't require you to understand the words, but you'll get the feeling.
Yeah, especially the way that the artist actually sings it conveys that feeling. And the way you sang it, it conveys a lot of feelings, I would say, of nostalgia, right? Of thinking way ahead. It's a really kind of elaborate piece. So I do want to thank you again for sharing with us.
Thank you.
No, I love that. And I think it goes back to what you said about art being kind of therapeutic as well.
Yes.
And I do want to ask you some more technical stuff. How do you prefer to perform? Like, do you prefer more intimate settings like this, or do you have a particular venue in mind? Like, how do you like to do it?
I love intimate settings because you get to interact more with your audience. but I also love large crowds when they are singing along. But for that, I mainly have to do covers until the crowd knows my originals. So yeah, intimate settings is more towards where you can connect on the original level too.
And from
Because
and from working or performing in front of large crowds, like talk us through your headspace, like what goes through your mind before stepping on the stage, or if you have stage fright, how do you deal with it?
when I started, it was very bad. Like I would just straight away go in front of the mic and start the song, thank you, and leave. Like no talking with the audience. But now, with every performance, I'm learning how to interact with the crowd, how to bring them along with me on this. Because once they are with you, they will enjoy the performance more. If you'll just go sing the song and out, they won't enjoy that. So with stage fright, I have an incident. I was on the stage, I sang and I sang well, and the host, he came and he just hugged me,
Oh,
and he was like, why are you shivering?
No.
And that's after every performance. When I hear the applause, I would be shivering. People won't notice, but it's still there. But with every performance, it's getting better.
That's really amazing. And I think that's totally understandable because being in front of a large crowd, especially, is not an easy thing for a lot of
Yeah.
people to do.
It's not also stage fright, but it's also the overwhelming thing when the applause is there and you are on a high and it's like goosebumps.
yeah. Especially if you're performing a song that is your own, right? If it's something that you made, then the audience's reaction is gonna hit 10 times more, even
Yes,
100 times more.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And
yes.
so how do you approach your approach to writing music? Like what is your creative process behind coming up with a new piece?
Everyone has their own thing when it comes to creativity. For me, like people often ask melody comes first or lyrics
Lyrics,
comes
yes.
first. For me, I have always written both together.
Oh,
Like I always have my guitar with me while I'm writing, and I always believe it's not me writing. It just comes to me. So the first song I wrote, it was like 2 a.m. in the night, and I'm just standing in the kitchen window, and I'm just thinking of a person, and I'm just playing a chord, and the words just
yeah.
kept coming, and the melody just came, and I was there with the first verse of my song. So that was the first time I was like, okay, I can write. But then I tried writing another song and I was blank. So
Oh,
it was a gift.
yeah.
So every song I write is backed up with a strong emotion. So I would say that leads my process, the emotion and the feeling or my observation. Because one song I wrote for stray animals.
Oh,
Oh, bless them.
Yeah. And my friend, she has dedicated one floor of her house for stray animals and she rescues it.
mashallah.
So I came across her in an interview and I loved the idea. And my song is called Faltu Se Paltu. That means from useless to accepted.
Oh,
Oh, that's such a sweet message.
Yeah, so when I read their name, I wrote it in my notes that I want to do something for them, but I had no contact with them. So I did a portrait for her that got me in touch, and I told them I want to do a song for you guys. But I was in Kuwait, they were in Pakistan. So until I traveled, I had nothing in mind instead of the name. Once I visited the shelter, spent time with the animals, and experienced that same day the song was written.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think the creative process is such a unique thing for every person.
Yes.
And I want to ask, do you ever experiment with different genres or is there like you just stick to your style?
No, I'm still experimenting with my style. There's no style. Every song and emotion is different. So the music backs the emotion up. So I have rock songs, I have slow ballads, I have like jazz kind of stuff. So I'm not sticking to one thing because every message needs its own little world, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, and how do you keep yourself inspired to write? Because I know that to come up with the music takes a lot of inspiration and it takes a lot of willpower. So how do you manage to motivate yourself?
I think my experiences push me to
Oh,
write
yeah.
because this thing like was a very new thing that I wrote something for the stray animals because for my love of animals. Then during COVID, I wrote a very depressing song
Oh, yeah.
because that was
The
what I
mood.
was going through. Yeah, staying in all day, and it was like a dark room, and whatever came to my mind, and I wrote it. And with Koi Gum Nahi, it's a very motivational song, what we did, the no regrets thing. And when I released this depressing thing, and everyone was reaching out and asking me, what happened to you? This is not the Khidr we know.
Yeah.
So,
You know, I think, Lujane, the audiences are going to be asking the presenters, why don't you make him play again?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think that we should. If you don't mind, you could show us more of your range.
Yeah, we are going to take a very quick break so Khizar can set up his guitar. We'll come right back with him.
इन बेबस आँखों में एक नजर तो डाल तू, क्या है मेरी खता, कर खुद से सवाल तू, माना आवारा हूँ नहीं मैं फालतू, बस चाहो थोड़ा प्यार, बस मांगो थोड़ा प्यार, तो कर लो हमें फालतू से पालतू, तो कर लो हमें फालतू से पालतू. Thank you.
Beautiful.
So
That was so much, that
basically,
was so fun.
thank you. Yeah, it's a fun vibe, but it's like thoughtful lyrics. It's saying that all those animals need is a little love, and all they ask for is a little love.
Yeah.
I agree.
So come forward and accept them, and it's provoking to adopt, not shop.
It's a very beautiful piece.
Yeah, it's a lovely message as well. So thank you.
Thank you for listening to my originals, and now I want to do a surprise song for
Absolutely.
All right, we love that. Go for it.
Absolutely.
تملي معاك ولو هتبعد عني في قلبي هواك، تملي معاك تملي في بالي وفي قلبي ولا بنساك، تملي وعيشني لو هتبقى بكون وياك، تملي حبيبي بشتاق لك، تملي عينيا تندهلك، ولو هولايا كل الكون بكون يا حبيبي معتجلك، تملي حبيبي بشتاق لك، تملي عينيا تندهلك، ولو هولايا كل الكون بكون يا حبيبي معتجلك.
Oh.
That was a surprise.
It
Thank
was a
you.
surprise.
Thank you, yeah.
When you said you had a surprise, the last thing on my mind was Tamalli Ma'ak. And it's a beautiful song. I love that song so much.
The thing being in a multicultural crowd, I never used to sing English, and never I thought I'd sing Arabic, but performing in front of a crowd, I am singing English now and Arabic and my originals.
I think that's amazing. And I think it's great that you're getting to do the blend of all the different cultures and put your own spin on it as well.
Thank you.
And it was really nice and beautiful to hear. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And so would you say is that working with musicians from all over the world, and especially here, you know, in Kuwait with the Arabs, has kind of made you sway into learning music that tailors to this side, or are you still keeping up with your own originals and everything?
No, the beauty is the fusion coming when we jam together. It's like the beauty is I enjoy because even we were influenced with the Arabic songs when we didn't know that Pakistani bands have taken the song from an Arabic band. Let me surprise you more like all this time I thought this is a Pakistani song. When I discovered Sheb Khalid, I knew they took it from him.
Like you were saying before, artists steal.
Yeah. But it shouldn't be stealing that way. Like, you should do your own thing. But it's beautiful that it connects us with the world. Like, translated lyrics and same melodies, it still connects me with the Arab friends.
Yeah.
I agree, because it doesn't matter what the language is. Music is like a universal language, so everyone relates to it and everyone gets to enjoy it. And with that, I want to thank you again for coming on our show.
Thank you.
And for showing us the songs that you played. It was beautiful, and I hope you keep on with your journey, because it was really wonderful to hear you play.
Thank you so much for having me, and it was lovely talking to you guys, and hope you enjoyed my music and hope the viewers will enjoy my music.
Well, we on the Untold definitely enjoyed your music, and I am positive that the audience have enjoyed these musical sessions. And again, we do pass our thank you, Khizar Khalil, for joining us. And with that being said, we are going to take a very quick break. We'll come right back after this one. You know, I think when it comes to our musical episode, it's always hard to wrap the episode in words, because I think music says a lot instead of, you know, us trying to speak. But with that in mind, that was a beautiful episode.
It really was. I loved his performances and the messages he had behind them. How one is just don't give up on your dreams. One is for the stray animals, which is so sweet and so beautiful and thoughtful. And the way that he explained his creative process as well was so interesting to me, because it's not a one size fits all in the creative process. And he sort of says it just comes to him as a gift, which I thought was lovely.
Yeah, and I do love how something that he mentioned briefly, we didn't go much into in the episode. He's an engineer, right?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, so I think the common thread in a lot of the musicians we have here is that they discovered that music is their passion, but you know, and they tried to pursue it and they actually excelled at it. Another beautiful episode. The musical choice, the ones that he wrote himself outside of Tamalli Ma'ak, the ones he wrote himself were very meditative, you know, they're very calming, and I really got into a zone whenever he was playing them.
So did I. And I think that also helps to describe the universality of music as a language, how even though we didn't understand what he was saying sometimes, we got to enjoy the music. And then when he surprised us with an Arabic song, that's something that I think a lot of people will find a lot of joy from.
And speaking of a lot of people, for the lot of people who are watching this show, I'm afraid to say that's the end from us on The Untold. But until the next one, goodbye for now.
Goodbye and see you next time.